the miracle of Our Lady of Guadalupe, a divine message of hope and unity. The apparition, a divine encounter on Tepeyac Hill. The story of Our Lady of Guadalupe begins with a miraculous encounter on Tepeyac Hill in what is now Mexico City. This sacred event took place in December 1531, during a time of great cultural and religious upheaval following the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire. Amidst the tension between the indigenous people and their European colonizers, the Virgin Mary appeared to a humble indigenous man named Juan Diego, delivering a message that would transcend cultural divides and bring hope to millions. Juan Diego, a recently converted Christian, was on his way to attend Mass when he heard beautiful music and saw a radiant light coming from the top of Tepeyac Hill. As he approached the light, he encountered a woman clothed in a radiant garment, her presence serene and filled with grace. The woman identified herself as the Mother of the True God, and instructed Juan Diego to go to the Bishop of Mexico City and request that a church be built on the site of her apparition. This request was no small task. Juan Diego was an ordinary man with no influence or status, and he knew that convincing the bishop would be difficult. Nevertheless, he obeyed the Virgin's command and went to see Bishop Juan de Zumarraga. As expected, the bishop was skeptical of Juan Diego's story and asked for a sign to prove that the apparition was truly from God. Undeterred, Juan Diego returned to Tepeyac Hill, where the Virgin Mary appeared to him again and assured him that she would provide the sign needed to convince the bishop. The following day, the Virgin instructed Juan Diego to gather roses from the top of the hill, despite it being winter when flowers should not have been blooming. To his astonishment, Juan Diego found the hill covered in beautiful Castilian roses, which were not native to the region. He gathered the roses in his tilma, a simple cloak made of coarse cactus fibers, and returned to the bishop. When Juan Diego opened his tilma to present the roses, a miraculous image of the Virgin Mary was imprinted on the fabric, an image that would become one of the most venerated icons in the Catholic Church. The bishop, overwhelmed by the miracle, immediately approved the construction of a church on Tepeyac Hill, where the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe would be enshrined. This event marked the beginning of a deep and enduring devotion to Our Lady of Guadalupe, who quickly became a symbol of hope, unity, and cultural identity for the people of Mexico and beyond. The apparition of Our Lady of Guadalupe is not just a story of a miraculous image. It is a profound example of how God reaches out to his people in times of need. Through the Virgin Mary, God delivered a message of love and compassion to a people who were struggling with the painful consequences of colonization. The image of Our Lady of Guadalupe, with her indigenous features and attire, served as a bridge between the native people and the European settlers, offering a message of unity and reconciliation. This divine encounter on Tepeyac Hill is a reminder that God meets us where we are, in our own cultural contexts and personal circumstances. The Virgin Mary's appearance to Juan Diego, a humble and marginalized individual, demonstrates that God's love is universal and inclusive. It challenges us to recognize the dignity and worth of every person, regardless of their social status or background. The story of Our Lady of Guadalupe calls us to embrace a spirit of humility and openness to God's will, trusting that He can work through anyone to bring about His purposes. The miraculous image, a symbol of faith and hope. The image of Our Lady of Guadalupe that appeared on Juan Diego's tilma is not only miraculous in its origin, but also in its enduring significance. The tilma, made from agave fibers, is a material that should have deteriorated within a few decades. Yet, nearly 500 years later, the image remains intact, defying natural explanations and continuing to inspire millions of believers worldwide. The symbolism within the image is rich and deeply connected to the cultural and religious context of the time, making it a powerful tool for evangelization and a source of spiritual strength. The image depicts the Virgin Mary standing on a crescent moon, clothed in a blue mantle adorned with stars, and surrounded by rays of light. She is supported by an angel and appears to be gently stepping on the moon, a symbol of the Aztec goddess Coatlicue, which can be interpreted as a sign of the Virgin's triumph over the indigenous gods. The color of her mantle, the stars, and the moon all carry significant meanings rooted in both the Christian and indigenous traditions. One of the most striking aspects of the image is the Virgin's face. She has dark skin and indigenous features, which was a radical departure from the European depictions of Mary that were common at the time. This portrayal of the Virgin as a mestiza, a woman of mixed indigenous and European heritage, was a powerful affirmation of the dignity and worth of the indigenous people who had been subjugated and marginalized by the Spanish colonizers. The image of Our Lady of Guadalupe served as a bridge between cultures, symbolizing the unity of all people under the loving care of the Mother of God. The stars on the Virgin's mantle have been studied extensively, and some scholars believe that they correspond to the constellations as they appeared in the sky on the day of the apparition, December 12, 1531. This alignment with the heavens further emphasizes the divine nature of the image and its connection to the cosmic order. The blue color of the mantle is also significant, as it was traditionally reserved for royalty and the divine in both European and indigenous cultures. By appearing in this regal attire, the Virgin Mary is presented as the Queen of Heaven, worthy of honor and veneration. Another important element of the image is the tilma itself. The fact that the image was imprinted on such a humble and perishable material speaks to the miraculous nature of the event. Over the centuries, the tilma has been subjected to numerous scientific studies, and its preservation remains a mystery. Despite exposure to the elements, candles, and the touch of countless pilgrims, the colors remain vibrant, and the fabric shows no signs of deterioration. This enduring miracle continues to inspire faith and devotion among those who venerate Our Lady of Guadalupe. The image of Our Lady of Guadalupe also contains symbolic messages that resonate with the biblical narrative. The Virgin's posture, with her hands folded in prayer and her head slightly bowed, reflects humility and submission to God's will, much like Mary's response to the angel Gabriel in the Annunciation. The rays of light that surround her can be seen as a reflection of the woman clothed with the sun, described in Revelation 12 verse 1, symbolizing her role as the mother of the Church and the protector of the faithful. Moreover, the crescent moon at the Virgin's feet and the angel supporting her are rich with meaning. In Christian symbolism, the crescent moon often represents the Church, reflecting the light of Christ, while the angel can be seen as a messenger of God, proclaiming the good news of salvation. The entire image is a visual representation of the gospel, conveying a message of hope, redemption, and God's enduring presence in the lives of His people. The miraculous image of Our Lady of Guadalupe is a testament to the power of faith and the ways in which God communicates His love and grace through tangible signs. It challenges us to look beyond the material world and to recognize the spiritual realities that surround us. The image serves as a reminder that God is always at work in our lives, guiding us, protecting us, and drawing us closer to Him through the intercession of the Virgin Mary. The message of unity, bridging cultures and healing divisions. The apparition of Our Lady of Guadalupe and the miraculous image left on Juan Diego's tilma carry a profound message of unity and reconciliation, particularly in the context of the cultural and social tensions of 16th century Mexico. At a time when the indigenous people were struggling to maintain their identity in the face of Spanish colonization, the Virgin Mary's appearance as a mestiza figure provided a powerful symbol of hope and inclusion. Her message transcended the boundaries of race, class, and culture, offering a vision of a new society where all people could come together under the protection of the Mother of God. The impact of Our Lady of Guadalupe on the indigenous population was immediate and far-reaching. Within a few years of the apparition, millions of indigenous people converted to Christianity, drawn by the message of love and acceptance embodied in the image of the Virgin. This mass conversion, known as the Guadalupean event, is one of the most significant moments in the history of the Catholic Church in the Americas. It marked the beginning of a new era of faith in the region, as the indigenous people embraced the message of the gospel while retaining aspects of their cultural identity. The Virgin's appearance to Juan Diego, an indigenous man of humble means, was a powerful affirmation of the dignity and worth of the indigenous people. In a society where they were often treated as second-class citizens, the Virgin Mary's choice to appear to Juan Diego sent a clear message that God's love is universal and that all people are valued in His eyes. This message of inclusivity and respect for cultural diversity resonated deeply with the indigenous population, who saw in Our Lady of Guadalupe a reflection of their own identity and a sign of God's favor. The story of Our Lady of Guadalupe also highlights the role of Mary as a unifying figure within the Church. Throughout history, Mary has been venerated as the Mother of the Church, a title that emphasizes her role in bringing together the faithful as one family under God. In the case of Guadalupe, Mary's role as a unifier is particularly evident in the way she bridged the cultural divide between the indigenous people and the Spanish settlers. Her appearance as a mestiza figure, clothed in garments that reflected both indigenous and European influences, symbolized the possibility of a new, harmonious society where different cultures could coexist in peace. This message of unity is particularly relevant today, as the world continues to grapple with issues of division and conflict. The story of Our Lady of Guadalupe reminds us that true unity is rooted in a recognition of our shared humanity and our common relationship with God. It challenges us to look beyond our differences and to seek common ground in our faith and our values. The Virgin Mary's example calls us to be agents of reconciliation, working to heal the divisions in our families, communities, and societies. In addition to her role as a symbol of cultural unity, Our Lady of Guadalupe has also been a source of inspiration for social justice movements throughout history. Her image has been used by various groups advocating for the rights of the marginalized and oppressed, from the Mexican War of Independence to the Chicano movement in the United States. The image of Our Lady of Guadalupe, with her gentle yet powerful presence, continues to inspire those who seek to build a more just and compassionate world. The message of unity embodied in Our Lady of Guadalupe is not just a call for social harmony. It is also a call for spiritual unity. Mary's role as the Mother of the Church reminds us that we are all part of the same spiritual family, united by our faith in Christ. This spiritual unity is the foundation for true peace and reconciliation, both within the Church and in the wider world. As we reflect on the story of Our Lady of Guadalupe, we are invited to renew our commitment to living as members of this one family, supporting one another in our faith and working together to build the kingdom of God on earth. The message of Our Lady of Guadalupe is a timeless reminder of the power of faith to bring people together and to heal the wounds of division. It challenges us to embrace a spirit of humility, compassion, and openness to others, recognizing that we are all part of God's family. Through her example, the Virgin Mary invites us to be instruments of peace and reconciliation in our own lives, following her example of love and service to others. The enduring legacy, Our Lady of Guadalupe today. The story of Our Lady of Guadalupe continues to resonate deeply with millions of people around the world, making her one of the most venerated figures in the Catholic Church. Her image, which miraculously appeared on Juan Diego's tilma nearly 500 years ago, remains a powerful symbol of faith, hope, and cultural identity. The Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico City, where the tilma is enshrined, is one of the most visited pilgrimage sites in the world, drawing millions of pilgrims each year who come to honor the Virgin and seek her intercession. The enduring legacy of Our Lady of Guadalupe is evident not only in the devotion of the faithful, but also in the way her message continues to inspire and guide people in their spiritual journey. Her story is a reminder of the power of God's love to transform lives and to bring about reconciliation in the face of division. It is a message that transcends time and place, offering hope and encouragement to all who seek to live in accordance with God's will. One of the most significant aspects of Our Lady of Guadalupe's legacy is her role as a symbol of cultural identity for the people of Mexico and Latin America. The image of the Virgin, with her indigenous features and attire, has become a powerful representation of the mestizo identity, a blend of indigenous and European heritage. This cultural identity is deeply intertwined with the Catholic faith, as Our Lady of Guadalupe is seen as both a protector of the people and a unifying figure who transcends cultural and racial boundaries. In addition to her cultural significance, Our Lady of Guadalupe continues to be a source of spiritual inspiration for people around the world. Her message of love, compassion, and humility speaks to the universal human experience, reminding us that we are all beloved children of God. The Virgin's example of obedience to God's will, as seen in her acceptance of the message delivered by the angel Gabriel and her role in the Incarnation, serves as a model for all believers in their own journey of faith. The devotion to Our Lady of Guadalupe also highlights the importance of Marian devotion within the Catholic Church. Throughout history, Mary has been venerated as the Mother of God and the Mother of the Church, a title that emphasizes her unique role in the plan of salvation. The apparitions of the Virgin, such as those at Guadalupe, Lourdes, and Fatima, have played a significant role in deepening the faith of the Catholic community and in encouraging believers to live lives of holiness and service to others. As we reflect on the legacy of Our Lady of Guadalupe, we are invited to consider how her message can inspire us in our own lives. Her story challenges us to be open to God's will, to embrace a spirit of humility and service, and to work for the reconciliation and unity of all people. The Virgin's example reminds us that true greatness is found not in power or status, but in love and faithfulness to God. The enduring legacy of Our Lady of Guadalupe is a testament to the power of faith and the ways in which God continues to work in the world through the intercession of the Virgin Mary. As we seek to live out the message of Guadalupe in our own lives, we are called to be instruments of God's love, bringing hope and healing to those around us. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family.